Hello everyone from Chelsea Fan TV. Before we watch the fan cams, a big shout out to our sponsors, Stocks FC. It is what it sounds like. It is the place not to buy stocks for companies, but to invest in your favourite football players. Check it out. It's much easier if you see it for yourself rather than listening to me. There's a link in the description as well as a QR code on screen. Check out Stocks FC and join in if you want to see if you can make some money. Obviously, play at your own risk, but yeah, it's a good bit of fun. Hello everyone from Chelsea Fan TV. We're outside Stamford Bridge. We finally have a microphone. Oh my god, we have a microphone. We had the last mic that broke, and then we had another Rode mic which broke again before a fan cam a couple of weeks ago. So sorry, it took
Standard Chelsea injury crisis. Love to see it.
Microphone crisis, injury crisis, it all goes hand in hand. But today it was pretty comfortable. I have to admit, in the first half, Lewis, I wasn't very impressed. But 5 goals in the end, you can't complain.
Standard. I completely agree. First off was nervy and everything, especially when Nkunku missed the penalty and we were starting to get a little bit caught out in transition, just a little bit. Nothing really worth worrying about. But you sit there and you think, it's Morecambe, really. We ain't buried them yet. Tosin goes, he puts a little bit of a leveler in between the two teams. And in the second half, I think the substitutes just completely changed the level of quality between the two teams. That and the fact that we were playing the same possession-based football that I think tired Morecambe out mentally. And the more you play, the more minutes you go through, the more tired they get, the less they're responding to moving the ball around from left to right. And we isolated them, we kept catching them out. And I genuinely think that's just the difference. And the obvious golfing class between the two sides. But yeah, definitely a bit of a shaky first half. But it's about just seeing yourself through it. Don't make any stupid mistakes. Keep the ball, keep things ticking. Eventually you're going to get chances. And it comes down to just burying those chances. Second half, perfect, on job.
What did you make of the starting 11? Because I was surprised in a weird way how strong it was. I mean, there's quite a lot of, you had Pedro Neto in there. It was interesting seeing Nkunku and Felix playing together as well.
James and Lavia too.
Yeah, they're finally back. I mean, nobody expected it to be this quick, but maybe it's just the first game that we're going to see him in for a while because it's Morecambe. We might not have seen the same thing if it was a Premier League game.
Yeah, it's like high risk because I saw the lineup and I thought, we're starting to pair of them again, but you do have to get the sharpness in at some point. I guess you can risk it for 45 minutes against Morecambe, and ultimately, even if they are injury prone, it's look, you're going to have to start playing some football sooner or later. You might as well do a little 45-minute cameo against Morecambe, wheel you off straight afterwards. Yeah. If you stay fit, great. If you don't, then the alarm bells are ringing, so it is what it is. And in terms of the strength of the team that we put out, I was surprised by that too. But I'm glad. Because I remember when we faced Newcastle, we had a weak-ass bench, we treated it like a Conference League game, and we got whooped. We criticised Maresca for putting too weak of a lineup out and basically throwing the cup away, be it subconsciously or just by accident or in terms of naivety, we threw it away based off that lineup. This time we go out strong. I know it's a League 2 side, you could afford to rotate a bit more, but who cares? Whoop them. That's what we're meant to do. You're meant to progress in the Cups. Take it as seriously as you can. Yeah, we got a game coming up on Tuesday, but Neto's come off. Lavia, James have come off. They should be getting more minutes in that game too. Maybe you even see one of them start, because then you can push Caicedo into the right-back position if we need to, because the right-back position's been a problem for us over the last few weeks. But ultimately, I got no problems with that. No problems. It didn't lead to any injuries. We rotated in the right way. No issues. And we won 5-0.
What did you make of Nkunku's performance? He obviously had the penalty which he missed, but I mean, with the goal or without the goal, generally it's just good to look at a player anyway and say, what did he bring to the team? And does it look like a player who wants to stay at Chelsea, or do you think he's on the way out?
I can't talk about where his head's at just because I don't really know too tough in it. I think it's a matter of time before he leaves anyway, just based off the lack of importance that he has to this team, where a player of his quality can be that important somewhere else. But yeah, I won't lie, for today he looked a little bit lost. Looked really lost. On the ball, not really effective, just kept things ticking for the most part. And yeah, he was just there. He was really just there, didn't impress me at all. At least the likes of Tyreek, George, João Felix, they get themselves about a bit. They do the off-the-ball stuff, and you know me, I never like praising off-the-ball stuff, because I think it's the bare minimum. It's your job. You're meant to be working hard both in and out of possession. So when they do that, cool. At least you got that side to your game. I don't even think Nkunku had that. I don't think he was doing that work off the ball. I see him pulling himself out of 50-50s. I see him like being a bit lazy, getting back to try and do the defensive work. And that I don't rate. Especially when you're not getting things correct on the ball, you have to at least be doing your job off the ball as a bare minimum, because that is your job. He's not doing that. Ultimately, we know where things stand with Nkunku. Like, he's depth for us. You're going to be key for us in the Conference League, but probably not much past that. He's probably going to be gone at the end of the season. It's what it is, but yeah, he didn't impress me today at all.
Yeah, no Josh Achimpong today, but we saw Tariq George on the left.
Probably means Josh starts on Tuesday.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm fine with that, to be honest, because like Gusto still hasn't impressed me. Disasi keep him as far away from the Premier League as possible. So yeah, give Achimpong some minutes. He was good. He was good against Palace. You might as well build on that.
What about Tosin? 2 goals! 2 goals! I thought I was taking the piss when I said he's better than Fofana.
I was really hoping we got that penalty at the end.
Tosin could have taken.
Exactly. I know Felix would have been selfish in that, but no. Tosin's never getting that chance again.
That's true.
But yeah, good finishing from him. First one was a deflection. You get it, you take it, you're grateful, especially the way that game was going. But in terms of the performance, like, just kept things ticking. In all honesty, I'm not going to say it was bad or anything, but Morecambe didn't really test us like that going forward. There was like a couple of half chances here and there, but never did anything. There's a clear gulf in quality between both of us. I look at the centre backs, it's just more like, what are you doing on the ball? Are you keeping things ticking? Are you making some good passes? And he did all of that. So yeah, good performance from him, but it's the same for everybody else. Second half, like, I can't fault anybody. Just because we stuck to the game plan, we tired out Morecambe, and then quality showed at the end of it.
Yeah.
So like, I generally look at the whole 11. Jorgensen was a bit shaky second half. A bit shaky. But bar that, everything was fine.
We still managed to get the clean sheet though. We even had I think it was a goal line clearance right at the end from Disasi.
Yeah, I missed that. Or was it him?
I think it was Disasi who cleared that at the end.
He needs a good moment.
Yeah, but I mean, who would you say was a standout player? We had 2 players that scored 2 goals, and Nkunku, obviously, I think he scored, but he did miss the pen. So it's between Felix and Tosin. Who edges it out for you? Unless there's someone else.
In terms of who stands out,
If you had to pick man of the match, who would you pick?
maybe Felix just off the second half, but like, I really struggled to find anybody. Mark Hugh I didn't think was bad, but we didn't really find him a lot. And like, that's more down to just the passing and the options that were available and the low block that Morecambe had. Maybe Felix, but like, I could really give it to about 5 or 6 different players. Like, I think everybody was just kind of at the same level, and that's all that you needed to do to beat Morecambe. Like, I don't really think we got out of second gear in this sort of game. And again, we don't have to. But that's also why I can't really pick out a man at the match like that. There wasn't a standout performance. We're just better. Because we are better. So they're the second bottom team in League 2. You're always going to be better than them. It's just about showing it and making the most of the chance that you have. And we did that. But yeah, I know it's a bit of a politician's answer, but I don't have anybody for man of the match. You could just pass that around for all I care.
Was there anyone that disappointed you today?
Nkunku definitely disappointed me. Just him though. Nobody else really. Jorgensen was a bit shaky towards the end. That's about it.
What about Vega in the midfield? How did you find that? Because right at the beginning I saw Maresca saying, because he was further out, and Maresca said, no, I want you in the midfield next to Lavia. I mean, how did you find that?
First off, I thought he was getting caught out a little bit. Like, there was a couple times where the Morecambe players were getting past him a bit too easily. But then, second half, onto them. And then that wasn't a problem. It was just about keeping things ticking, and he did that as well. So another one just grew more into the game, and then we tired out Morecambe mentally, and we were just all over them from that point.
Yeah. How do you see things going against Bournemouth? We've broken that bad run now. We've finally got a win, but it's not a Premier League win. Do you think that we've kick-started, hopefully, a rejuvenated 2025 campaign? We can sort of leave the Ipswich result, the Everton result, the Fulham result behind us?
Can't tell from this sort of game. I'd like to believe it, but Bournemouth's actually our toughest test before Man City. And I don't know. I really don't know about that one. Obviously, we have the quality to get something against them, but it's about getting the substitutions right. It's about finishing our chances, because we've been wasteful in a lot of games in the last few matches. And it's about having less bozo moments at the back. Morecambe aren't going to give us the same tests that Bournemouth are, or just any regular Premier League side is. So I can't lie, I can't answer that, but we should. We're capable of it. We're better than Bournemouth. We can give them a tough match and we can leave that with 3 points. It's about just doing it. because we haven't performed to the same level over the last few games. We've had a blip, and that's going to happen. That's why I've ignored the whole title race talk. I don't believe we have the consistency or the experience for that either, because there's a naivety to our game. You can see it in the way that we handle second halves, the way we handle ends of games, and even the substitutions and the timings of those by the coach. So it comes down to a lot of variables, but you can, and then like we're talking 2 wins out of 2. But for now, it's shameless, but I hear it. Like, we finally got a victory again. We've scored 5 goals. We're in a good position. Confidence is a little bit up, but you need to build on that, because if you don't get the 3 points, it's right back to where we were before this game. So the ball's in Chelsea's court with that.
Big up to you. Thank you so much, Lewis.
That's bro. See you
I'll
later,
see
man.
you.